Up next on Lion TV, we have Javon Sims with the perks of being a traditional or a virtual student, Jordan Benight with our sports updates,
and me, Lexi Farron, to tell you if we're going to move out of that rainy forecast. All that and more on Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Angels. It's me again, Dakota Johnston.
And me, Ashley Coker. Now let's scoot right into some announcements.
If you would like to read a book from our fabulous library, you can now reserve books online and check them out.
The delightful librarians can deliver the books to your English teacher, or you can swing by the library and pick them up.
Hey seniors, if you're looking for more scholarship opportunities, go look at the Guidance Center's Facebook page for some great ones.
It's about that time for transcripts. If you need your transcript, the transcript request form is located on the Searcy High School website underneath Documents. This is the PDF fillable form that can be completed online. Once completed, please save the document, email it to Miss Kelly Hamilton as an attachment. Her email is located on the form.
Jostens will be here March 10th for the senior deliveries. The office will call you out of class to go to the cafeteria if your order is ready.
Arizona is reporting no new COVID-related deaths as the state overall death toll approaches 16,000. The State Department of Health Services released the latest figures Monday morning, which include 1,039 more confirmed virus cases. This brings Arizona's overall total to the case number to 817,821, and the number of deaths to 15,979. The number of infections is thought to be far higher than reported because many people have not been tested, and studies suggest that people can be infected with the virus without feeling sick. According to the state's coronavirus dashboard, the number of confirmed or suspected COVID-19 patients in the state's hospital decreased to 1,241 on Sunday, the fewest since early November. Meanwhile, the number of ICU beds used by COVID-19 patients stood at 382. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control reported Sunday that Arizona was tied for fourth in the nation for COVID-19's death per capita over the last 7 days, with one death daily per 100,000 people.
Prince Harry says the process of separating from royal life has been very difficult for him and his wife, Meghan. In an interview with Oprah Winfrey, Harry invoked the memory of his late mother, Princess Diana, who had to find her way alone after she and Prince Charles divorced. I'm just really relieved and happy to be sitting here talking to you with my wife by my side, because I can't begin to imagine what it must have been like for her going through this process by herself all those years ago. Harry said, adding, because it's been unbelievably tough for the two of us, but at least we have each other. Harry said in a clip from the interview special, which is scheduled to air March 7th on CBS and the following day in Britain. Diana was shown in a photo holding toddler Harry as he made the comments. His mother died in 1997 of injuries suffered in a car crash.
Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson said last week the COVID restrictions and guidelines will no longer be mandatory. The mask will stay until March 31st if all COVID numbers remain low.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, March 31st, you'll be seeing my whole face around the hallways.
Speaking of hallways, I'd like to know why some of the students at Searcy High School choose not to walk them every day.
Javon Sims has a package on the virtual choice.
The question arose at the beginning of the year whether or not school should be in person or virtual, as they were at the end of the 2019-2020 school year. As far as Searcy, this choice was left to the students.
I am an in-person student. I chose to attend school as normally as we possibly can during this school year, mostly because I feel like a lot of the things that like the different regulations and whatnot are a little extreme.
With the number of students choosing to go virtual, the halls are emptier. However, the hall capacity is not the only thing to change.
When you're home, you're naturally going to feel more relaxed, and while feeling relaxed is great, you should feel relaxed when you're learning and whatnot. You shouldn't, like, you still need to get your work done. And I'm constantly hearing teachers say, my virtual students, they're just not doing the work, and that's because they're at home. They feel comfortable at home.
Mochila, yo tengo mi lápiz. Clase repite, por favor. lápiz.
So while it is hard for the students, it is just as hard for the teachers trying to teach both virtual and in-person students.
I mean, one thing that's not just this year, any year, having the teacher there is crucial for a solid learning of a subject. When you got the teacher there, you're able to, you got a question, you can immediately ask. You don't have to wait for an email response or a text or a remind. You can get that answer as soon as you ask it. And you're not going to have to worry about any kind of technical difficulties because it's just speech. You and the teacher right there, that's all you need. And the way it's been a lot this year, especially with the virtual students and some of the teachers being out, it's harder for students to really get the education that they're looking for when they are having to wait on emails or texts just so they can figure out what the answer to number 18 on the study guide was.
Students like Andrew Tyler feel that a school should be a place where students learn, not just a place to do the work.
I personally don't see a lot of point in being in a virtual environment unless you are quarantined.
So while the question of teaching methods is still debated, it is for the student to be honest with themselves and decide which they learn best with. Back to the news desk.
Very informative, Javon.
Yes, it was. Now let's check out this week's weather forecast with Bestie Lexi.
Take it away, Alexia.
Good morning, Searcy High School. I am Lexi Farron, and I will be giving you your weather forecast. So today, we have sunny skies with a high of 63 degrees and an 8% chance of rain. And the winds are blowing west to southwest at 6 miles per hour with a 58% humidity. And the sun rose at 6:33 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight, we will have clear skies with a low of 37 degrees and a 7% chance of rain. And the winds will be blowing west at 3 miles per hour with a humidity of 81%. And the sun will set at 6:04 p.m. Now to the almanac. The last 7 days, the temperatures have been an average high of 72 degrees and the lows have been at an average of 32 degrees. And the monthly average precipitation is 3.41 inches with a month today of 0 inches. Now for the 5cast. Thursday, we will have sunny skies with a high of 66 degrees and a low of 43 degrees with a 7% chance of rain. Friday, it'll be raining with a 43% chance of rain with a high of 55 degrees and a low of 37 degrees. Saturday, it'll be sunny again with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 36 degrees with a 5% chance of rain. Sunny, it will get a little cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 37 and a 6% chance of rain. And Monday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 66 degrees and a low of 48 degrees and an 8% chance of rain. As you can see, the weather's going to be a little all over the place, but hopefully it'll stay sunny in the next week. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Shoddy. Great smile. So, Ashley, you want to tell us what we're having for lunch today?
Why, of course, Mr. Johnston. For lunch, we will be having personal pepperoni pizza, steak sandwich with cheese, green salad, salad dressing variety, glazed carrots, M&M cookie, fruit cocktail, red delicious apple, and milk variety.
Be sure to thank our wonderful lunch ladies for all the hard work that goes into preparing our delicious lunches.
I sure will. Our good friend Jordan Benight has returned from the dreadful coronavirus. Let's hear what he has to say about the sports.
Good morning, Searcy. I'm Jordan Benight. In local sports, your Searcy High boys basketball team played its last game with an ending score of 44-57 in West Memphis. This was our seniors' last basketball game, and we're proud of all the hard work they put in. Even though it was a loss for our boys basketball team, still represented the Searcy Lions in the best way possible. On March 25th, the Tokyo Olympics will begin. It has been postponed before, but that seems unlikely to happen again. With 40% of the competitor slots open, there will be a lot of last-minute entries. The events will be made for TV, social distancing still in place, and as soon as the athletes are finished competing, officials will get them out of Japan as soon as possible to avoid any more spread of the virus. This time last year, Kirsten Bell had never heard of the Florida Gulf Coast. Now, the 6'1" Bell, a 5-star recruit with WNBA potential, made the decision to play for the Eagles, and both parties reaped immediate benefits. She's rewriting the FGCU record book. The Eagles are undefeated with her in the lineup and once again seem like the mid-major that no Power 5 school will want to see coming if they make next month's NCAA tournament. Well, Cersei, that's all I have for you today. Let's send it back to the anchors.
Thanks for those sports updates, Jordan. Glad you're back.
Thanks. Well, it seems we have reached the end of this episode of Lion TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Searcy High Lion TV.
And follow us on Twitter at Lion TV, Instagram at Searcy Lion TV, and Facebook at Searcy High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Ashley Coker.
And I'm Dakota Johnson. See you next time.